lantern from Sophia, so we know how to get where
Yeah, we know
gotta
the
go.
direction. We need to know how to cross the ocean.
We just need a vessel of some kind. Can we ride the back of the turtle?
Interesting. Where would
Yeah, as long as the turtle doesn't go underwater, that should be fine.
We have potions of underwater breathing. I have 2 in the bag of holding.
And
I'll be fine underwater.
One person can breathe, so 3 of us will survive. 4 of us will survive. 5 of us will survive. We're getting closer.
Is this actually a thing I have? No. Sad.
It'd be nice if someone could make us breathe underwater. That would be cool.
I mean, I used to have water magic, but I specialized in killing. Really? Maybe if we call the guy and I flip the coin,
don't.
We might get some water magic back.
We don't need that. We really, that should really be like a only in case of emergency kind of. You didn't get like the weird vibes from him at all.
I get the we're stuck in hell and not going forward anywhere vibes, and I kind of want to move to the destination.
I could.
Do you want to call him back to ask
talk...
him more questions, like about like how you can get past the
I could probably talk to the guy on the rock.
All you asked him for was a boat. You didn't ask him any other ways.
I was trying to have a conversation. They scared him away.
Well, yeah, because Fitz was telling him to go away, you evil clown. Like, so he was like,
he was
torn. It was
terrifying.
like, do I have a conversation with y'all, or do I just
like?
He wasn't trying to be pushy. He was like, all right, I'll move on.
You can't give your blood to someone in hell. It just seems like a really bad idea.
I feel like I've been bleeding in hell this whole time. Somebody wants my blood. They're getting my blood. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's last resort time. I'm just saying we're going to watch these guys get eaten by the demon turtle and still have no way to cross this ocean. So I'm open to the suggestions.
Okay, well, what do you want to do?
Since you entertain it, I will say there is this, if this demon turtle comes, there is a chance you could try to ride, if looking at how massive this thing is, you could try to ride it. But like Telmo says, does it go underwater? And if so, and also where does it even go? And so you don't know much about this creature. So it is an option number 1 since you brought that up. Continue, Fitz.
I could try to talk to it, but like there's no guarantee that I could get anywhere with a sea creature who's devouring souls.
Also, Fitz, you I'll take another insight check from everyone. This be the
Just
a natural 20 plus 12.
So, just going off of the nat 20. There could be more. There's definitely more you feel like to be learned about this space. You all get the sense that if you just want to fight and to kill some things and to possibly save some souls, you could do that too, as these creatures are walking by. But Fitz goes back to thinking about what that creepy bone merchant said, and though she does not trust him at all, she said he cannot give what you do not need. So why would he say that? Why do you not need a ship to cross these waters is the question.
And what were the things he offered us? All I remember is the jacket of useful things.
Yep. And so what I'm saying is he told you he doesn't offer you anything that you don't. If you don't need it, then you already have it. Is what he was implying to Tell Moon when he said that.
So is there a ship somewhere on the shore that we just haven't looked for?
I mean, there's ships down there.
Are they broken? No?
We fixed our ship before.
I look at Persis. I'm not a ship guy.
How bad did the ships look?
Are you guys all still good, or is my computer freaking out?
Is Malcolm very quiet all
Very
of a sudden?
quiet.
Malcolm's very
Just
quiet, and then like the pin screen for me is frozen, but you guys are all good.
Okay.
That might just be me.
Am I Can you hear me?
We can
You're
hear
good
you.
now.
But I'm frozen? Or
No,
am I
that
back?
might just
Okay.
be my problem. That might
Okay.
be my problem. Nobody else.
Oh, I
everybody
was
can be
quiet
funny when
because
said
I
it.
stood up and I was talking over the table while I was moving those miniatures out of the way, because the procession, while you all are chatting, they're just walking away, right? They're moving, and as they're moving slowly, that shepherd, that dark shepherd, is slowly moving along the shores as well. The ships are useless that Persis was looking at.
Useless.
And what I will say, it's been exactly a little over 1 hour in real game time as you all feel your first level of exhaustion set in.
Cool.
As the despair begins to settle around you,
Awesome.
or that loss of you you all do have the mighty servant, which is a transportation vehicle in its own right.
So I was unclear on this. Is it literally kind of Voltron-like, where it comes together and we're all inside it?
You're all inside of it. There's only four. There's only the drivers are all in the main body. Everyone else is in a pocket dimension, like just basically along for the ride. But you are all inside of that.
Do we get smaller? Does it get bigger?
You all get smaller. It's a think of it as
magic school
it
bus.
is a magic dimension.
Dismiss
So
Fritz.
you actually
Dismiss-
don't
Yeah.
you actually
Okay.
don't shrink. You actually go into a pocket dimension that exists within inside of it. So technically you get smaller, but you're still your same size in that dimension.
So the construct, the ship, is human-sized.
If you call human sized, it's not human sized. It's
But
This
they're
guy.
wearing the gauntlet, so how big is that? Oh, so it
it
gets
gets
bigger.
bigger.
It gets a
Yeah.
little bigger,
Yeah.
but not like all of us sitting there comfortable bigger. So we need a pocket dimension too.
Exactly.
It's like a two-seater.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
That's
know. Telmoon would
one
recognize that because Telmoon doesn't think of it as a ship. He thinks
But
of it as a weapon.
here are some questions
Yeah.
about it though too. Is like, how long and then where would you go? It also probably doesn't. Where does it swim? Will you float to the bottom? If you're walking around the bottom ocean, where do you go? Right? How, do you just use the navigation from Sophie and hope for the best and literally just walk around until you hopefully make it there? So it's not
we
a ship.
look
It's
at
not the fastest
the light
transportation.
from Sophia's lantern now, where is it, like pointing directly down or like out over the
It's
horizon?
directing
and
out
down?
over the horizon of the sea. And the bone merchant said that this is the gulf between THEROS. So clearly
Yes.
out there is THEROS. That is where you're trying to go, right?
So, okay,
um,
okay. So, someone would have to think of that mighty servant thing.
I've given it to you. So pretty much with your insight checks, you
okay.
know you have the mighty servant. It
shit.
doesn't fix all of your problems. It is an option, right? Like it is in terms of traveling in the water, not needing to breathe. You also could, for example, if you wanted to get to that figure across the way, you all could just hit in the water and swim over there as well.
Bruh, that's
or fly.
easy. We don't have problems getting to the island. If we wanted to talk to the
Right.
island, we would go talk to the island boy.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
could talk to him from here with message, probably.
You see?
Probably.
Is it less than 120 feet? That's super close.
About 200 feet
We
away.
could just, yeah.
200 feet
He's
away?
200 feet
100
away.
feet, we could yell.
I'm not using
Hey,
spells.
what's your name?
Hello.
What's your name?
So yeah, if you're just trying to get like head out, they could just kind of. That's one vehicle that they have in that,
You
if
know
you want to
what?
call it that. But it may not be the only. And then there's the turtle, whenever it comes. I mean, if you're gonna wait for that thing to show up.
Can we do a Voltron test run?
And what is that?
Ooh.
It'd be smart not to be the first time like, oh shit, we're in battle, we need to use this thing. Maybe we should take it on a little test run. Everybody hop in, see if it's waterproof. If it is, that might fix the problem.
That's
We don't
a
need to
very
go
good
nowhere.
idea.
That is a good idea.
Broken clock.
I'm proud of you, Tomoon. I'm really proud of you. Let's try it. No? Yes?
Do it.
Let's do it.
How do I get inside of it?
So,
Yeah. Can Kai come?
Kai's got to fly outside of this thing. Kai's got to like follow you all from the. That's the Kai can't fit.
Well, because
inside.
if we're walking along the ocean floor,
Yeah,
and she's got to go up above.
yeah. it's
DM,
fine.
that's a rough thing to make canon, because if we still gotta go get Phoenix, that means we can't bring Kai.
That's possible.
So can Kai get in here? Maybe squeeze a little bit?
I can't make Kai fit in there.
Damn it.
Oh,
I tried to finagle it. I'm sorry. Vince.
I appreciate it.
There could be another fix around it. It just, I'd be really stretching. I'm stretching
Yeah.
with like 9 of them. There's like 10 of them get inside of this thing.
There's a lot of us.
Right?
And like I said, maybe it's not the ultimate fix, but I will say as they form it's kind of one of those mental connection things where the minute Persis thinks about it and holds up her gauntlet, Moby thinks about his greaves start glowing, the runes on them start to come to life, and they don't do some kind of ridiculous transformation, but this kind of light power kind of comes like rolls over you, almost to a sense of everyone almost feeling like you almost get ethereal. And the power kind of pulsates out so that, suddenly you kind of bathe in this white light, and then you kind of feel yourself kind of conforming to sitting or in a space. And then suddenly in that space, you're able to see kind of 360 degrees, but you feel yourself floating above, and you can feel this thing's just joints kind of slowly moving and working itself as it stands there. So at this moment, as they're test running it, unless some people are standing outside, I know that Persis is definitely inside. Moby's inside. Who had the other piece?
Probably
Sophia?
Bart?
I think it was Sophia and
It was a helmet or something like that, right?
and then Bart.
I thought Sophia had a piece and
Sophia
Bart
had a piece. So those 4, and then everyone else is kind of outside. And so
Like, does it let them go first, or do they just kind of like get included?
So the pastures, once it's formed, everyone else kind of sees as that light resides, it's sitting there. And then if you're gonna climb in, there's like a little flap in the back that opens up, and there's just like a light, and you just climb inside of there into that little dimension, a little pocket dimension. Kind of like, what's that spell? What's that? What's the spell? What's the spell where you climb up? What's the spell where you climb up into the?
Up the butt? No, that's not.
No.
Wrong game.
Like
It's
rope
not its
trick?
butt. It has its back. No, the spell where you
back
create
flap.
a
Yep.
pocket dimension above you with a rope.
Yeah, rope trick.
Yeah, it's rope trick.
Rope trick. That's what I meant. Yeah, I thought you said rope trick. Yeah, so yes, it's like rope trick, but it's in his
So
back.
you're
not
saying
his
that
butt.
the butt.
You're saying a flap opens up in his back and a rope comes out?
The flap opens up and it has like a little ladder on it.
And it's distinctly out of his back, not out of his
Out
butt.
of his-
Painful.
You know what? If you wanted to be his butt, I'd happily make it his butt.
I feel like it's
It's
more
butt.
it's more ergonomical to not have to like have it be like out my back. Like it's like
It's
just
butt,
out
it's
the
butt,
butt.
it's
It's just
fine.
straight
You can just
straight down.
Yeah, two pieces slide open. Zzz, there it is. It's butt.
Oh, come on now. We need the budget to animate that one day. Just booty cheek spread.
Just
Yeah.
the ladder comes out. All right, up we go.
Yeah. I'm super comfortable with this scenario. We had it out. I don't know. I had no reservations. I'm assuming I'm going into the pocket dimension, not into a driver's seat. Is there an option as I climb? Do I see like
If you're not in the driver's seat, because the
pocket
driver's seat people are automatically go in because
dimension? So there's 4 people already in the driver's
Already in-
seat somewhere else.
Yes.
And this
we're
is
lucky
not up
we're
the
in the
butt.
pocket dimension, because that would be annoying to be 4 drivers at once.
All right.
And
Just like-
for the drivers, you almost feel like it's not a full seat, but you feel your back's kind of supported, and your hands and legs are still kind of free, and you can kind of see your friends like standing, kind of looking at you down there in these kind of strange, like, arcanic rooms are all around you, like the sphere, like that you're sitting inside of, and kind of moving. And so, everything that you do is kind of like this kind of like magical little ball that you're sitting in, but it still allows you to see everything around you. So there's no blind spots. And when you all kind of think together, like what you're going to do, like if one of you thinks to punch and one of you thinks to move, it all seems to kind of work together, right? It's all like one mind. It's like you're all like hive minding at this moment.
Never thought that we would have this kind of group chemistry, being able to work together like this. It's kind of amazing.
Is everyone inside, or is some of you still outside? Like,
Hey, no, we floated, bro. You told us what the booty portal
we
looks
crawled
like.
right up the bar.
You told us to climb, and we climbed. We're waiting.
I think for the test run, I would tell Kai to like just wait, and we're just gonna test it out, and then we'll be right back.
So Kai's like lands on a perch. Like over
Yeah,
here.
keep an eye out.
And go pick up new friend. That's a good way to introduce ourselves. Dragon kidnapping.
So are we just kind of taking us through its paces? Give it a little like walk and then a jog.
In my head, Fitz and Telmo don't know what the heck y'all are doing. We just hanging out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just like we're decorating.
We in Booty Land. We out here. We got just furry walls for some reason. We're just like, what is beautiful.
It's kind of dark.
As you start to settle into the controls, you realize that it's like the structure's completely magic resistant. You're not in a fight right now, so I don't need to go over all those features. And you all actually have all of its features. Each of you should have, especially as the pilots, should have the Mighty Servant in your character sheet. So you can see it all of its access to its standing leap, its destructive fist, its crushing leap. You can tell that it's immune to acid, bludgeoning, cold, fire, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, all these different things. So, I mean, it's a behemoth. You feel completely safe for the most part inside this thing. Yeah, the test is up to you as Kai is kind of flying around the cavern above, looking at what you all are going to do, and then lands on another perch.
So yeah,
the music with us going through the paces of walking, jumping,
as you
jumping on the rock, picking up a rock.
Jump on a rock up here, it collapses, kind of crushes down. That piece is destroyed. So you realize it's also essentially a siege weapon.
And just to clarify, are each of us controlling a different? So because I had the green,
I'm not doing it where So basically, I might have you guys aren't like fighting at this thing right now, but essentially, it's not like you have to control the feat. But it's basically like if you were fighting with it on your turn, you would decide what you're doing with it, like Eddie, right? And then someone else would decide what attack they're making with it, right? So it would make multiple strikes in a fight and not just one. So maybe while Persis would probably be using the destructive fist, you'd be using the crushing. Eddie would be using the crushing leap, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I don't have like very hard rules for it. It's really. But it's really just overall protective. You all can role play it however you kind of see fit.
Where's Till Moon and Fitz?
We're up the butt.
You can talk to them, but yeah, you like hear them in a distance, like in a different like chamber of this thing.
And we're just giggling.
Yeah, you hear Fifth like making the butt jokes. Yeah.
Up the butt and around the corner. What? Haven't you heard that one?
What?
What?
Pretty cool.
It is bizarre. Maybe we're not quite so in tune as I thought.
Yeah.
But as far as movement,
I'm feeling pretty
It's like awkward for a moment as you all are kind of like getting your person's about to do something and suddenly like Eddie, you just leap, Moby just leaps and then it's like lands and but it's all starting to connect slowly but surely as you're still kind of getting used to it. There's a bit of grogginess and fuzziness in your brains as you're all like kind of talking to each other in this weird way.
Great.
I try, like I start heading or start trying to steer the mighty servant toward the water just to see how it handles being in shallow water.
Okay. So it goes down step at a time and then like slowly starts to kind of slide on the sediment in deeper into the water until you're like halfway. And so far, nothing, no leaks, nothing's rushing in around you. You all breathe perfectly inside of it. For a moment, it scares you. You can see the water like all around you, like in this perfect sphere as you're going deeper. You see the dark water beyond and the sediment kicking up, and it's kind of dark to see under there. And you realize there are no lights on this thing. So maybe someone like Fitz could still cast, some form of light on the external side. That would help.
I can't cast from in the little demi area.
You can.
Plane, right?
You can. My rules. You can. Here.
Oh, cabrón. These rules.
Come out. Does that mean we are targets inside this booty plane?
Do we have like a little periscope out the booty where we could see what's happening? Or
so yeah, I'll have to like do a write-up of like the way I see it. So you know how like let's like Pacific Rim it, right? Whereas if you look at a Pacific Rim robot, like, or any kind of those mechs, you never really see, if they're only seeing what they see, then they essentially would just see out of this little bit of the hole, right? Like not the butt. You guys wouldn't see it. But yeah, if you're in the chest, let's say you're in the chest or you're in the head, right, of a Robotech. But in most of these, what you're able to do is you're able to see full around, because in sci-fi it would be cameras. Here it's magic that allows you to see as though you're sitting, like the robot might as well be invisible to you, and all you can kind of see is its structure, like in a spirit form, like a see-through, like almost like a see-through line spectral form of the thing around you. So your enemies don't see that though. They see the mighty servant. But you all see out of the mighty servant as though you're seeing through an invisible wall or invisible hole.
Well, gosh, if it's super dark and you guys need lights, I can give you some dancing lights all around this bitch.
Yes, and so
yes,
those little lights.
Yes,
begin to light
okay.
Up. And so how far do you go out? What are you kind of like? And the thing kind of like every jump, every leap is kind of like lifts off a bit, and the buoyancy of the structure is kind of like slow as it's able to like leap through the water and go pretty high, but it always kind of comes down. So what you realize is it doesn't like float very well. It just kind of lands back on the bottom.
So it is floating, or is
no,
it sinking
it leaps
to the
and
bottom?
then it sinks to the bottom. It sinks like a.
So this is like walk on the sea floor situation.
Yes.
And how is the waterproofness of Booty Dimension? We good in here?
No water's coming in there. Booty Dimension is free of water. Like you'd be calling to Captain. Booty Dimension is locked.
Locked and loaded.
Tight, no leakage here, sir.
Who knew this what this episode was gonna become? Off of what?
I'm holding back. I'm trying
Eddie,
to
you go. Eddie,
survive.
I'd probably.
I'd be out of control right now if I try and keep it
All right.
together.
Oh my god.
Hey everyone down there, y'all just settle down, okay? We're don't worry, nothing's gonna leaking in and leaking out. We're fine.
Sorry if we're the butt of the joke.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm done. I'm
Levels.
done.
My other
Level
question is:
exhausted.
has anyone been like in such a confined space for extended period with Moby before? Like,
Oh man.
is
Oh.
it just like leaky or is it like
Oh.
putrid?
Oh,
No.
this is probably rough. Yeah.
Just wondering, Moby.
all the things
Thank
that I could not
God
have
we're in
thought
the
about.
pocket dimension.
Hey, thank
I
God
mean-
I'm in the movie.
Yeah,
We're
so-
safe from the fuck.
Versus, yeah, like there is noticeably a stronger odor
Oh.
in
Oh,
that chamber,
you're that guy who
I-
doesn't wear deodorant.
and maybe I'm noticing that you're. I don't know. Maybe I'm not noticing
This
your
world, none of y'all do
disgust, but I'm having such a great time that like I am extra leaky right now.
Oh,
So, for whatever that means to you, you might be okay with it. You got a little splash here and there. It's fine.
Can I have as you
No.
investigate around
No.
on the seafloor and look around, from Moby or Persis, both of you actually can give me, you can give me either a perception or investigation check, right? Because I imagine you're looking around and there's all these like, you see you see the chains like attached to the bottom of the floor, like which are attached to these huge anchors, like they're slammed down, which doesn't make, what is that? Why is it there? But yeah.
Remember that stupid exhaustion disadvantage.
yeah, which makes me really sad because one of those was a 20,
Oh,
but the investigation is an 11.
Okay.
sorry, it's perception and what or what?
Perception of investigation at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. First exhaustion is not movement. It's
ability
skills.
checks,
It's ability
yeah.
checks.
Yeah, can we be taking us like a rest in the booty dimension? Is that possible? Is it restful?
I got a 10.
Okay. And so with the 11 and the 12, all you all see is, it's kind of dark, and also the foot is like from the wherever you're landing is kicking up so much like sediment that it's getting very foggy and it's obscuring your vision. But with Persis rolling a little bit higher, Persis, you do at least see what appears to be an old kind of strange like partially covered by like sand, but like a paved road that goes it's going out into the water, but that's the least of your concern, as I need one of you to make a dex save for the mighty servant as you hear this loud, this huge groan, like of something very close by, as the sound runs.
I
through
vote
the
for
water.
Eddie.
Yeah.
I vote for Eddie. Let's go.
You got this.
First one was a 25.
Oh shit. Well,
Now you have to make it with the mighty servant has a dex save of +2.
So it's +2.
Oh, not my dex.
Yes, and that's a disadvantage as well.
wait, why is that one at disadvantage?
Aren't his ability checks at
He's
disadvantage?
That's a saving throw.
Oh, it's a saving throw. Yes, sorry. Oh, well, yeah. So it's got said that because the mighty servant
But-
has no saving throw. It just has a dex 2, but it's still a saving throw. So yeah.
Yeah, but if we're surprised or something, you can impose it. I was just wondering where it was coming from.
No. Yeah, I was thinking because I was looking at the dex and it only has a +2. It doesn't have a saving throw, right? So it would just
Yeah.
be the dex, which is still a saving throw. So yeah, just a +2.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, unfortunately, then it's just +2. I have an 8. Yeah. An 8.
Okay. So Persis, like, you both look. Sophia's like, "What is that?" And he screams out as you see these two big yellow eyes, and then you see teeth, and then you feel like the force of the servant just being thrown. And you hear everything goes dark and you feel yourself tumbling and tumbling and tumbling as there's just
Oh no. That's a lot. Oh no.
Oh no. And we can't repair the mighty servant.
No, we cannot.
Looking up as this thing is boom, like slamming the mighty servant down over and over, and suddenly Kai just stroops by and just blasts this thing, full blast of fire on its back, and the thing lets go of the servant and begins to recede back into the water. And then as quickly as it came, it's still there. It's not far away if they were going to attack it, but it just kind of like slams it down, and then almost like it just beating it on the ground and biting it and realizing it's not flesh and it's just giant hunk of metal. It just lets it go. And in all that damage, it only would take need to separate the piercing.
Sounds like DM said, I want you guys to never get in this thing ever again. That's what I heard.
Actually, what I'm showing you is that, hold on, give me a second. I should have had this. I was trying to break them. I rolled them at the same time, but I'm trying to look at just the piercing. Yeah. So it only took halved 25 points of piercing. There was a bunch more bludgeoning damage, and there was some acid damage. It took none of it. Mm-hmm. So 25 points. That's it. Which should have been a lot.
I'm sorry. 25 is the halved.
25 is halved of that bite. But with the claw and it would have taken closer to 120 points of damage. But with the hands and the it's just the piercing that did a little bit of damage. Mm-hmm. But here's what you all see as you're like lifting up the servant and kind of sitting up, you do see the creature's back. That turtle is swimming out, and you can see the whole kind of Godzilla style above the water. Swimming
That's
away from
not what I call a turtle.
They call it the devil turtle, but yeah, it is not a turtle.
Huh.
I mean, we about to Wonder Twin Power Psychic Lance this thing right now, or we being chill?
Yeah, so it's out there.
Yep. See, I knew I might package some Wonder Twin powers in there. We might be able to get this fight started.
You can always get me with the power of friendship.
Are you trying to call Kai off because Kai's looking like she wants to fly after it?
I mean, do you guys want to go after this turtle? Is it in the general path of the lantern, which I assume is just at all point lighting our path?
Yeah, did it go back down the path that we saw?
No, it's like swimming on the surface of the water. So the turtle's like floating along and kind of leaving.
If the turtle is going towards where we want to go towards, then hell yeah, Kai could chase it. But if it's not, then I'll call her off.
It's going in the direction of THEROS.
We'll catch up with you, girl.
You're gonna send her at
we'll follow you.
You're gonna send her just to follow it?
Scouting mission. Let's go.
Scout?
I can send her a message and be like, hey, if you want to chase after it, we're right behind you. Don't die. I love you.
Okay. She's like kind of
have fun.
Just flying and circling around it like a hungry buzzard. As you all stand there, kind of moving the joints on the mighty servant, and kind of standing up, we will take a 5-minute break and pick back up in a minute.
All right.
Yep.
Guys, I made A little
Excellent.
logo for the booty diamond.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I was going to say that there wasn't a badge that I needed, but I might need a personally requested
Okay, so now
badge.
there's a new badge. Yeah, we got to start working on is
That
the.
is excellent.
I will proudly wear that wherever I go.
Excellent.
A little
Gotta
Get
put that
some
cornhole
in.
button
eyebrow
next to-
raises from the factory.
I need to get one of those just for a hat. Stitch that onto my dude. Be my daily wear.
Eddie, didn't you
The booty
didn't you
dimension.
make little butts for yours for that convention you went to? Didn't you print the little squishy?
Yeah. Here.
My boy said, "Did I? I got 3 of them right here.
Let me show you.
I got the life size one."
That-
To be clear, this is your butt, right?
Show you.
Or whose is it?
Who was the model? Oh yeah, that definitely
Got my
that's definitely
name on
Eddie's.
it.
This is this-
Fishy.
I recognize that anywhere.
What is the story behind that butt?
Oh my
The,
gosh.
the therapist there's like a company that has these foam butts at the conferences, and so every year we grab as many as we can because they're
You grab all the butts?
yeah. And I was like, well, why don't I just print some for everyone in the office? And so I purchased them some squishy butts with their name on them.
That's hilarious.
That's wild.
Was the butt like a pre-made file, or did you have to make that
I
butt file?
3D scanned the other foam butt.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Mm.
you had a reference.
Now see, he's off camera, so we can't look him in the eyes when he said I scanned the phone, but we know what you scanned, sir.
You scanned a butt.
Oh,
Oh, but
Yep, see, we saw it. It looked perfect picture. Perfect. Same thing.
oh,
So now y'all just have to figure out how to make the mighty servant go inside the demon turtle, and we got Foodie Dimension Inception, and then we'll get across the ocean.
oh my god! Like Wonder Satyr
Oh
twin
my gosh.
power doing the psychic lamps would be really fun.
Also, by the way, you guys can hate me, but the first 30 minutes, I had stopped our recording because I had started
Oh,
our
no.
recording, but then you all were talking some shenanigans, so I was like, I'll just stop here and restart. And I thought I started it, and I didn't. So, for everyone who
Oops.
does watch the episode for Mama Reason, what we missed all the way up to, I think it was, I started recording right after the conversation with our good friend, the Bone Merchant. But the group has made it into this cavern full of lost souls who are all in some form of petrification due to like being in complete, having no hope and all despair. And you can tell that this cavern literally does this to you the longer you stay here. So the party does realize that time is ticking, that they need to get out of here, and they need to cross this great ocean that they see ahead of them inside the cavern, this vast space where these chains hang down from the ceiling, very like large, colossal like chains, and a sea that seems to be where those who maybe those who were seafaring died. This is the ward that they come, especially those who were pirates and those who were awful and vile are lost to wonder. But this is the gulf that they need to cross to get to THEROS. So at the moment, they've been trying to get by, and it's really just turned into a bunch of like booty jokes, that's all been recorded. But they met a boat merchant who wanted to trade different weird things like parts of their abilities, maybe even a soul or a little bit of blood, to give them the things that they needed. They weren't having any of that. They've seen some weird procession where figures like priests are walking by that are shepherding these lost souls somewhere else, and some great being that I surprised for the life of me that they actually let that creature go without a fight. They let a demon go without a fight. And so that's where we're at. And now they've tried their mighty servant for the first time. As you see there, they formed it all together. Voltron walked down to the ocean, did a bit of things, but then the devil turtle that they were warned about shows up. We should have destroyed this thing. They realize that this is a supreme piece of work by THEROS, as it has a few scratches. And that's where we're at. But I'll be right back. So I do need to note that the mighty servant has lost 25 hit points, but has, how many hit points does this thing have?
Nah,
300,
there's no-
310. So
There's no good side about this. You have taken 25 of our precious hit points. We will hoard the rest of the hit points until after the end of the campaign. You know how this works. These are those extra items we were saving just in case, and we try to pull it out once, and it just...
That's not 25 hit points is nothing to for the first time to try to see what its resistance is and what it's capable of. It wasn't a surprise. I told you that thing was coming, and you all stood on the ocean and just said,
that was like 10% of our hit points.
I said it was. I said it was coming.
You said it was coming after the little other dudes. We didn't follow them.
Oh no!
It playing in the kiddie pool.
They said it comes out to the shore. They said it eats those souls on the shore, and so
yeah, I thought it was leading him to go eat the ones that were walking.
Oh no, those are going somewhere else. The shepherd is leading the souls somewhere.
So we were talking to the one that we thought he was going to go get snacked on.
No, the beast, the devil turtle has nothing to do with the shepherd and has nothing to do with the priests. The devil turtle is literally this just giant behemoth. You've probably heard it marching around earlier high above in the cavern.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I might not be the only one who misinterpreted that.
I'm sure, but yeah,
I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of I was trying. There's different things happening here, but they're not all necessarily connected.
Yeah,
because Fitzy talked to a guy, and the guy said that we've lost hope, and that the devil turtle comes.
Yeah, but I also was like, oh, these dudes are pure evil. But if they're taking them away to not get eaten by the devil turtle,
no, they're pure evil. They're taking them somewhere else to be tormented into. They're taking them to a worse fate than the devil turtle.
So they're still evil.
That's what. Yeah. You didn't. They are evil. Everything here is bad. Like
we got the right vibes.
Yeah, you got the right vibes. Those guys were clearly up to no good. So the fact that some of them walked off with him doesn't mean that they weren't saving them. That's not what I was saying. So you're right. Okay. So hopefully I didn't misconstrue the idea.
Okay.
Just not connecting. They were not taking them to be eaten by the devil turtle. Devil turtle is just its own.
That
Devil
makes sense,
is a creature that lives out here.
Yeah, they shot down side quest extra battle. They weren't having it. So that makes sense. Like I think this is what we would have decided on, even if everyone understood all this information. I don't think we would have followed, because that felt like side quest extra battle.
Yeah, fair enough, and that's fine.
And only one of us voted for it, so unfortunately, that's not the majority. So I'm feeling extra safe inside the blue dimension. You said we could cast spells outside?
Yep.
You just gave me more, or you just made it more impossible to hit me.
I know, but the thing is, the thing about it is, this is the thing. This thing is essentially, you're immune. It is a MacGuffin that you can use to probably walk through the next 5 encounters without taking any damage. But over the time, it will take enough damage, right? It's like, you gotta have to weigh that. And so what I look at it is, if in the next 5 fights, it might take only 20 points of damage each fight. You know, if it can only be hit by piercing.
I feel like you got to make up your mind here, Malcolm, because I just said we're gonna put this away forever, and you're like, no,
so
keep
what
using
I'm saying,
it.
No,
and
no,
now
no.
I
What
said
I'm
let's
saying
keep
is,
using it, and you're like, but it's gonna die. So
no,
like,
what I'm saying is,
I'm
always trying to be honest by saying I'm not trying to convince you. Because here, whatever you say you're gonna do, I'm gonna sell you on the other side, because I want you to understand the ramifications of both. So if you keep using it, it slowly is gonna dwindle down, and that doesn't mean it still might mean that it lasts just enough to get you over the finish line. But at the same time, you could easily use it too much, right? And it can make combat very simple, make situations very easy for you if you're willing to sacrifice those hit points. That's all I'm saying.
No, I was thinking about
maybe use it every once in a while. Yeah,
non-battle application booty dimension. Like what do we have?
It does serve for that.
Benefits.
Yes.
Can we all choose booty, or does somebody have to drive?
No, the 4 that have the pieces have to be in the pilot seats.
But what if we gave it all to one person and just made them drive?
That's impossible. It has to be the 4. It's like they form one unit. It's like just like a Pacific Rim. You can't pilot. One person can't pilot that thing. The Geiger. It has to be 2 people. So this situation has to be those 4.
So they never get okay. Well, they gotta stay in the funky box. I'm fine with this. There are no downsides in the booty dimension. Telmoon is excited and happy about his decisions to
I'll
not
be
take
right
any of the items. So there are practical applications for us in the booty dimension, but for you guys in the pilot seats, maybe not as much.
Yeah. It would have made the most sense if we knew about it beforehand to have our spellcasters all in the booty dimension.
Yeah,
Could we have done that?
But it makes more sense for the Greaves and stuff to be on our fighters. So outside, I don't think we would have done it.
Yeah.
But yeah, also, I don't know. I'm not gonna. You know me. Like I'm on a sparingly. I will never let us use the booty dimension ever. If it wasn't for the joke of the booty dimension, I would never let us become Voltron ever again because I'm scared.
Same.
You guys.
We need this for the end. Is the problem?
Yeah.
But
Endgame.
outside of that, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to throw hands with Braxies. Like Tumu trying to be up in there. I ain't trying to be in a booty hole hiding. If I'm in a booty hole, it's gonna be Thraxes.
I mean, there's always the option that we have the 4 pilots, and then others are either outside or riding on top.
No, the Thraxes is personal.
You all could take the pieces off and spend time having them reattuned to someone else, but
That too.
Yeah.
What's the repair story? We have 0 ability to repair, or it's incredibly difficult to repair.
there's no way to repair it. It's a god created.
I never.
We just have to bring back Perforos, and then we'll be fine.
Just speculating, hypothetically, think of the power of an 8th level spell. You know,
Here's the how strong can you mend?
We can mend with a wish, is what we're saying.
I mean, I don't want to risk losing wish for
Forever?
something we could conserve.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
serious.
what I
If you want to try to use a wish on it, that.
Oh, do you have is your wish a genie? Do you have a limited amount?
Well, technically, didn't I just get the first bits of wish? If I wanted to make a wish, the thing. I get the first bullet points.
Yeah.
But something crazy. Then no.
Yeah.
I don't think I have the wish part of wish.
Got it. Because the normal constraint is usually just the power of an 8th level spell using a 9th level slot, right?
Yeah. The power of duplicating any other spell.
I'll say
8th or lower.
mending will work up to. See y'all crying about it.
We're not crying about it.
I'm
We're just
just
telling you, we never using this thing ever again.
We just want to know the logistics. We want to know our boundaries.
And does a specific item take the damage? Is one of the Greaves or something more damage than the rest?
Ooh, good question.
I don't think so.
Okay.
What I'll say is, let's see. Oh, actually, hold on one second.
Exploratory, we're learning the limits of this weapon that you gave us.
Yeah.
Also, it sounds like people are maybe don't jump into this fight with half the party gone. So I'm doing my best to distract Telmoon and not say, let's go get that dragon turtle, that demon turtle.
That'd be the best opportunity.
Persis, don't you dare vote fight right now. You know darn well where we're going if you vote fight.
I mean, I thought we were already decided on fight.
I thought we were following
It's running away. It's swimming. My guess is that we can't move. That's why I was very surprised that you said you let them go.
I was under the impression that we were going to power of friendship, dual cast psychic lance.
Uh-huh.
And then we're letting the dragon follow it so we can follow it too.
Oh yeah. I'm under the impression that they are much faster than us.
Who is they?
Well, flying speed dragon, swimming speed turtle, walking on the bottom of the ocean robot.
Yeah, but if we well, I guess that just stops him from taking actions or reactions.
Yeah, that's for round 2. So, hitting it with them twice makes it either burn 2 legendaries or possibly stop for a round. But if it keeps running, we might be in trouble.
Well, what else can I do? I have Psychic Scream.
So since mend is like a tear or a rip, it could be mended for up to 20 points of damage, so that could be repaired.
Like forever, ever?
Or just
You
that's
could-
our only chance. We only get.
No, you could do like whenever you use mend,
20.
you could do up to 20 points. Yeah, so if it took like
Okay.
40 in a combat, you would never get that other 20 back. Now, I also am, if you read the as written, I am like, I've always changed. The one thing is that the servant has, which I'm not using because I think it's overkill, is it has regeneration. So this one doesn't have regeneration. And the reason it doesn't have the regeneration is essentially like Perveros is dead, and so without Perveros being alive, it doesn't function completely to capacity.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't want to be looking gift horse in the mouth. I feel like just 20 a day from us is still a lot. So I don't know if you want to throw in like thresholds to where if we get damaged past that, we can't heal past that, or I mean, whatever you're thinking. You don't have to think of it tonight, but 20 a day, just back to full whenever we want, seems like a lot.
Well, if you took, we'll see if you took like 40 or 50, you would only get that 20 back for that day. Everything else just is going to stay.
But if we have 3 days off, then it's full health again.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, right. Got it.
So...
No, I'm thinking like threshold, like that's it. It's like everything beyond stays. Yeah. So it needs to be a threshold. We were working this out. This is a good exercise. These things I didn't think about.
So if we could do like
I think
half
if
the
it
damage
takes-
taken from a battle or something like that, that'll give it somewhere like we can still lose, but it won't be as fast, so we're not too scared. I don't know why I'm asking. We're still going to put it in the pocket and never use it again. But
Right. You're probably not going to use it right now this episode, so that's notes for me to think about.
Yeah,
and
think
work
about
on,
it. Yeah.
So that I can have for the next game some definite.
So we're not considering the 20 hit points a day. And
Yeah,
I'll
fix
take
that.
it, but
Let's work on official. And it's funny because I know I brought it up, but this episode I didn't even necessarily, when I sat down, think of that this was going to be what you would use, and so that's probably why they hadn't worked that out completely.
I mean, you definitely left us with the most intelligent characters that are left over, and we are doing our best to come up with a way to get across this water.
Totally.
I felt like selling my soul for a boat wasn't that hard, but they said no. So
Yeah, that was close. I was about to give him something to do.
I just don't trust giving.
I mean-
there are classes in D&D that does blood magic, you guys. Don't just give your blood out to people, especially in hell.
And if we had gotten a functional boat, how long would it have lasted against the devil turtle?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would be absolutely crushed right now. Yeah.
Speaking of, if we're like 90 feet, I could hold monster on it. Maybe.
you can give it a shot.
You can
Try
try.
it.
I could try.
You pull up.
If we're chasing this monster and we're down for
If it's what I think it is, we might have, because it seems like somebody modified a very particular monster out of the monster manual. If that happened, we might be into trouble. I'm just saying,
Are we
from
not supposed to?
my eyes saw very much not a fucking turtle. But
It has a
Yeah,
shell. It has a carapace.
yeah, they definitely have shells. I'll give you that. Which makes you think what was hunting them that made them come up with that defense mechanism. But turtles.
What I need to do, Fitz, let's say was, what are you doing? Hold.
Is that the move? Is that what you're doing? You throwing it?
I am assuming that that's what we're doing. We're chasing the thing that just chomped us. We're gonna
Yeah, throw it. Yeah, throw it. Let me attempt, if you don't mind, Wonder Twin Power is still happening. Let me attempt I guess a Mind Sliver?
Okay.
If that's cool, if we could do that first.
Okay. You're doing that
Hey,
on the
man.
creature?
Do your cool shit.
Yep. I mean, it's a cantrip.
Every little bit.
Okay. Every little bit. I
That's a
get an
ranged-
intelligence saving
it's
throw.
intelligence save. Okay.
It's arranged.
Okay. Rolls twice. That's 4. Rolled a 6. It failed.
All right. I didn't do it for this, but that's 16 psychic damage, and it'll roll a d4 to subtract from his next saving throw.
Okay.
I'm not. I mean, you're just gonna cut words. It'd be super cooler than what I just did, but I tried.
Hey, you know what? Thank you for the assist, because it could have
Hey,
a
booty twin
D4
powers
could really
any
make the
day.
difference. Yes, booty powers.
So
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it takes it. So now it's Fitz doing hold monster.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
cast Hold Monster.
And that's
And I need a Wisdom saving
Wisdom.
throw, and it has to be 18 to break it. So roll under that if you don't mind.
It
Minus a D4.
Yep. It passes.
Ah,
Kind of. You see it stop for a second in the water, like as though
worked.
it's working, and then push through and continue on.
oh well, that's not
That's
very
right.
nice.
Did my little finger bullet, my finger stab,
Yeah,
I'll give
it did
rest.
something to it.
it hit his brain? Did it? Was it just like, oh, didn't like that little tickle, and I'm gonna keep running, or was it like, ooh, I didn't like that, let's go find who did it?
No, it didn't turn around like I'm a 5 who did it. Just kept going. You need a little more damage than that to be more angry.
A cantrip isn't enough.
I can't believe it.
All right, that's my turn,
It's
guys.
starting to dive down.
Come on, drivers.
into the
Well, that's
water.
cool
I mean,
because we're on the bottom. We like it to dive.
Wait, you're
Yeah.
okay. So
Right.
are you all trying to follow it?
Yeah,
That's the
apparently we're
plan.
trying to follow it.
Oh, okay. So at this
following.
point, now I gotta think of some chase rules because you guys are moving. You're leaping through the water.
Yeah, I figured it
Talk
probably
amongst
swam
yourself.
a
Give
little
me a
faster
second
than we
here.
read.
I need to look at. 'cause I
Um,
need to look at how fast it's moving.
I-
to make a couple. Well, go ahead, Fitz.
I could also do a wall of thorns to try to build like a
Yeah.
barricade. What do we think?
Heck yeah, just wall of jellyfish
Yeah.
stinks. Go get them.
Now, for the purpose of spell casting, does the mighty servant count as a creature?
It does not.
Okay.
It's
So we
it's
can,
it's a
uh,
construct.
So we cannot apply buffs to it, is what you're saying.
Mm.
Mm-mm. It's pretty buff.
It is.
It's like immune to everything
Yeah.
except for what? Piercing?
A couple of it. Yeah, piercing.
That's
and
pretty buff.
something else.
Yeah.
Piercing and slashing.
If it's not a creature, but it's probably a magical, not a creature. I was like, can I apply my weapon buffs to it? Elemental weapon, mighty servant. Let's go.
Actually, or
But it's definitely a magical thing.
are you casting something else? Sorry, there's a lot going on. I'm trying to put it all together.
No, I'm kind of letting the magic servant. I mean, I was kind of let the magic servant dudes tell us what they were doing before we start.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
Um,
arcane destruction from the pocket dimension.
Kind of make me see what the scene looks like is what I would want to know. What are you all, I don't skies, paint the picture for
Mhm.
me.
You
of
remember
what this
David
chase,
Hasselhoff?
what you
in
all
the-
hunting this
in
thing
the
looks
SpongeBob
like.
movie? My boy was just on top of the water, just.
What's so funny is I've never seen that movie until yesterday because my wife happened to be watching it.
Oh,
When I walked in the room and I was like, "Why are you watching this?" And he was on the top of the water.
Be out here.
Yes, that's my friend. I was like, so that if it had not been for that moment, I would not know what you were talking about. I'm like, what?
Oh,
I have seen that scene. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, this is so let me see. I'm trying to get to notes here on this thing.
Versus Moby, do you guys want to paint a better movement picture than
Yeah.
Hasselhoff?
Well, I mean, we had that moment when we were tossed through murky water and kind of got lost bearings, and the mighty servant would have kind of like had a moment with like the turtle stuck on its back where it kind of swiveled back and forth and then flipped up, got its feet, and this just like the brief a brief hesitation as we look back at the demon turtle and see Kai swoop in and burn it, and we're all in, right? So I would have known that Fitz gave Kai the order to chase.
I probably would have said it out loud as well as in my head.
Yeah. So brief crouch and then springs into action on the ocean floor. So slightly slowed.
Okay.
Lunging forward.
Yep. So they're them on the ocean floor, lunging forward. All right, roll initiative for the mighty servant. And actually everyone roll initiative in terms of going forward. But let's see at least where everyone who's gonna, especially who's in the pocket dimension, the booty dimension, we need to also roll for their own. And then whoever, yeah, let's see. And then everyone else rolls initiative because also when you're you're not rolling for the mighty servant. You're rolling for yourself because on your turn that's what you'll act for the creature. So, or for the mighty servant. So that's all I actually need. So Persis, I got you at 22.
Mm-hmm.
Bart, so glad I burned my nat 20.
Tell when I got you at 15.
Time, right? On initiative. I rolled a 24.
24.
I goes last.
I got a nat 1. She goes last.
Proxy's 0.
So the four drivers are the other two drivers are Sophia and Bart. So
Yes.
we got an angel, Taroxys,
Oh, yeah.
and who else do we have with us?
Don't we have Apo? Or did he
Yes, we have Apo.
melt off?
So most of those people are all useless in the booty anyway.
Yeah, you got all the combat fighters in the booty?
Yeah, don't get excited, don't get excited, Taroxys. We need you to stay small. I know it's big in here, but not that big.
So as they chase it, trying to close the gap on this creature who's moving fairly quickly, but then they're also leaping through the water. So I'm just going to say that all your leaps, like actually, what is the mighty servant? How fast does it move? It moves
Like
at
an astronaut on the moon, right?
Does anybody have
So,
ray of
okay, so
frost?
60 feet, so then that would be half to 30 feet in the water. So the creature is swimming just a tad bit faster. So it's not, there's a gap, it's a little bit faster. And so I'll kind of treat this is combat, but it's not really, depending on, like, you all are still definitely within range to do damage and those kind of things, so we'll play it kind of loose. But Telmoon, as you are you guys are really running on the sea floor after this thing, is there anything Telmoon is doing to slow this creature down? And then also, if they do slow it down enough, what are they going to do once they get close enough to it is what I'm wondering. Are they trying to wrangle this thing and trying to ride it? What are they trying to kill it? Just so I also have some understanding of what they think they want. Or do they not know? Are they going to figure that out once they get close?
We have everyone with us.
What do you mean?
Everyone is in the booty. We didn't leave nobody behind.
Nobody's behind, and then Kai's above the water, watching like the trail of like the water mist a bit, kind of trying to know where you all are. But
I mean, Captain, it's up to y'all. Y'all the ones driving, but if ride is an option,
You want to hop out and ride on the top?
no, you guys ride with the mission. We together. We are one right now. Stop trying to expel me from our oneness. I'm comfortable where I am.
y'all trying to Muad'Dib this thing? Is that what we're committing to?
Yeah, exactly. Are you uncomfortable with
while you're in? I take it while you're in form. While you're in mighty servant form. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
Yes, we're trying to do the Mighty Servant Rodeo, I believe.
This episode is called I love it. So yeah, we're coming
But
back
I mean, honestly, that decision's on Moby and Persis, because
yeah. So Moby purpose,
We
you
can't.
you all have to act like you're. So tell me, this is what I'm saying. Actually, that's actually really safe and a great way to approach this. You're in the pocket. If you're in the booty dimension, you're operating of your own accord. So tell Moon no conversations with the captain because you don't know. You're just feeling the ship, move and head. I mean, I guess I could argue that they maybe have some way to communicate with each other, but I think it's more fun if like you're deciding what you're going to do, and then when we go to Moby and Persis, they're making actions for themselves as the Voltron group, right? So tell me, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
I mean, I think the move is
And if there's nothing, then we just move to the next.
no.
person.
I think the right move until we catch it is Psychic Lance.
Okay.
I think that's just the right move. Fourth
Yeah.
level spell. I need that intelligence save.
Oh man, which is not good at.
You can add 20. It's fine. You can feel like me sometimes. I get it. I understand the low intelligence pain.
The lance comes in and hits at the thing. You see it like kind of shudder, and then it passes. So I'll take half if that's what it does. Yeah.
It passes. You out here cheating, Mel. You out here cheating. Let me see.
I'm not. I'm just not metagaming with y'all and telling y'all exactly.
No. You're good. No, you're good. Yeah. On a successful save, the creature takes half damage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 25, so it took 12 more psychic damage. I did more damage on the damn cantrip. That's my move.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I can burn a Super Saiyan if I want to, but I don't think Super Saiyan's gonna help in this situation.
20. You said 25 psychic damage? Another 20?
Oh no, he passed, so he took 12.
Oh, takes how much? He takes half though. So
Just 12.
Just 12. Okay.
Yeah, just 12.
Yep. All right. It's under the water, and this thing's trying to it's kind of like swimming through the water, so it's taking that hit. As we move to, you say you have 22, right, Persis? So I think I have you.
Mhm.
Yep. So then, what are you? And you all can freely talk to Moby in like terms of like how you're strategizing, but whatever you. Now, if it's just continue to chase it, the movement is already your movement. So your movement is now here's the thing though, if you don't make an action like, I'll allow you to cast spells. I'm not gonna take that from you, right? But if you like are trying to catch it, then you might want to use your speed to dash, right, to actually close the distance, and that would use your full, speed and leap to get to it. But I'll turn it over to you.
Okay. Does it, in the picture, it looks like it has chains hanging from it.
It does. It has like all these like chains hanging off the body of the creature.
I mean,
It's built for this, Persis.
exactly.
DM had exactly this in his brain when he built this out.
What's so funny? These chains have been on this creature since I used it in the underworld. I mean, since I used it in Hell in a completely different campaign. And in that campaign, it was pulling war machines, infernal war machines.
Nice.
So that's why it had the chains on it. So yeah.
No. If I can, I'd like to try to grab one of those chains.
And so can you give me you're closing the distance already with your leap, but I'll give you take an advantage dexterity check from your mighty servant.
Advantage dexterity
And I'm gonna
check.
I'm gonna make a dexterity check for the creature. It's gonna be a contested roll. Both are not I know we both don't have great dexterity because of how massive we are.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. One of those is a 20 for a 22 total.
Hey,
I got a nat 1. So describe how awesome you are at
Yes.
if I could put it on camera, yeah, it's literally a 1. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're
I mean, those spells kind of go off. Or well, I guess Psychic Lance doesn't have a visible component. But I
Uh,
guess I can kind of see it cringing for a
You would-
second unexpectedly.
yeah, it's usually the way I do it. It's invisible, and then I usually cast a spell around it to show its shape. But in this case, you would just see the water displacement because there is like kind of a moment.
Mhm. Yeah, and Persis would just be waiting for that timing as it stumbles a little bit. I'd say even like the mighty servant maybe loses footing for a second, but recovers in like a combat roll and comes up holding one of those chains.
Nice.
Hmm.
As you like wrap the chain and pull yourself, because you're all still underwater, the creature's like swimming, and you start to like, you kind of lose your footing, and for a moment the mighty servant is like bobbing around on the bottom of the floor, like being dragged, and then it kind of like gets to its feet and starts to kind of surf for a moment and pull itself one fist at a time until it is able to grab onto the carapace of the tail that's moving back and forth and slowly but surely up onto the back, using the holds of the kind of horns that are coming out of it to climb up on this creature. You're successfully, like, you know, or you could just stay. You could actually stay with the chains, but you're successfully, however you all visualize it, you're successfully holding on to wherever this creature is going. Now that you don't know. Now, if you're gonna try to steer it or control the creature, that's a completely different thing. So that's a success. So now, what do you all? So I'm gonna break us out of combat. We're gonna stop. Like, so technically, Eddie, you would have been next. So Moby, is there anything? As you're like, fuck yes, we're doing this. Like, what are you?
Yeah, no. I'm
What's the next call
of the creature, and whether that's to ram it into a freaking giant rock, I'm kidding, or continue to guide us to where we need to go. I want to take that control.
No,
Like
Sophia's
that.
next to you with the lantern, and she's like, "We need to go that." Like, she's pointing in a direction as you're trying to like ram the horns into like this island that you see coming at you. She's like, "No, to the left." Like, as your psychic connection links, she's like, please don't do that.
I'm sorry. Got ahead of myself.
Now this would be a yeah, so you're kind of, it's not an animal handling, it's almost like a vehicular, it's a control thing. It's a I'm gonna take this from Moby, not from the mighty servant. I'll either take sleight of hand, a acrobatics.
I will take acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, I know you're
Thank
really
you
good.
very much.
Yep.
Oof.
It's not gonna be a fairly high DC.
That's a 24.
Okay. And so you're pulling back on the reins, and you realize that the chains are connected to this thing's mouth, and so it continues to like opens its mouth, and like a bunch of bubbles comes out as it exhales like oxygen, and it starts to swim up, and you realize that this thing doesn't stay completely underwater for long, and it starts to like it crests the top, opens its mouth, swims. Kai's kind of sees it. She's kind of off, but she like sees it come up and kind of create that parting in the water, and she swims back. And what you all realize is that while you feel like, you know, you're hoping that you've kind of been swimming straight, essentially this thing has been kind of diving left and right. And so when you come out, you're turning that island that you were going to run into is the same one as you crest the top, as you realize as it turns left that there's that figure standing on the edge of the Acroan that's looking out. And all of you, since you're on top of this creature or behind it, as you look up, anyone who knows him would recognize, actually, because you've also seen Raxes in this form, so you would recognize this as Penthos, standing there on that rock, right, but as you're like 80 feet below, this giant monster is about to crash into it. Moby, you swing it left and you start to go out towards the sea, leaving, him on the rock as he looks out, looking at you all, kind of standing there defiantly. He looks like he's kind of petrified but alive as you're like all.
Are we still initiativeless? Are we out of it? We in initiative?
You're out of
right
initiative,
now?
but the creature is swimming away. It is swimming.
Yeah. How far away is he when I have my turn?
How far is Pintos away?
Uh-huh.
Oh, let's see where you would have been.
Go gadget lasso.
Creature.
I'm about to hit him with that point out the booty dimension. Like, you coming with us?
Coming with us.
Highly
Join our merry band.
That would give. So Fitz would have been up. Oh no, you would have been. No, tell Moon. Wait,
I'm at the top of the round.
Oh, you're at the top
but,
of the round.
Yeah, so I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know how far I'll be away by the time it comes back to me. But
because
the
dragon,
initiative lifts,
the devil turtle would have had its turn and would have moved another 80 feet.
Give me a number, Mal. That's all I need.
So if it moved 80 feet at the top of your round, it'd be 80 feet away from the. So is that enough for you to do what you're trying to do?
Bro, there is almost no limit. So how much am I willing to pay is the question.
Okay.
So 80. So tell me how far you want him to be, and I'll tell you what I need to do.
He's 80 feet away
You're
from the
asking
cliff.
how far Penthos is.
Yes, how far Penthos is.
At an angle, 80 feet from the rock, but from an angle, he's probably like 120 feet.
How far is he from the booty dimension is really what I need to know, because that's
About
where I
120
am.
feet.
Okay. Then I need to upcast. I need to upcast this to third level. But I will scream out. I don't know if you can hear me out the booty.
Give me a survival check for the scream.
Survival scream. Got it.
Either that or a straight constitution.
Either way, it's disadvantage, I'm assuming. So, well, there's another nat 20. Unfortunately, the other one was a 2.
Okay.
So he does not hear my scream.
He sees you you're actually in the machine, so.
I mean, it's on you whether arm can come out of booty dimension or not. Because if arm comes out, I definitely reached the arm out. Gave him a look.
I'm allowing this, but
gave him the finger crook.
The backside of this thing.
He gets the finger crook. Come here, and he can choose to make a con save or not. But if he decides not to make a con save, he's going to end up riding on top of this demon turtle with us.
I think he would probably choose not to, so that he could fail. Right? He would want to. Fail.
It's on him. He obviously didn't hear my 2 scream.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
he gets a disadvantage. He does
2 minus 1.
Because the thing is, what I don't think Telmoon understands is that he can't hardly move.
Oh, well, I mean, if he can't make con saves, then he fails, and he does what I tell him to do.
And wait, what do you mean? Oh, wait, but if he can't, he tells what you tell him to do. He can fail, but the problem is if he can't actually do what you tell him to do. Then
well, no. I am teleporting this man.
Okay. So you're gonna teleport him in the petrified state. Is
yes,
basically what
like he doesn't have a choice.
Gotcha.
He can try to make a con save, but I said, get over here.
Okay.
This is the largest of scorpions.
Then you know what? It gets really tight. It gets really cramped in there.
Oh, I teleported him straight into the booty. Let's go.
Wait, where else were you gonna put this man?
I'll take.
Are you gonna weekend man and Bernie's him on the back of? Where are you?
I ain't gonna lie to you. My plan was to put him outside with the mighty servant and let them deal with him. But if you won't let me,
so just have the mighty servant have to grab him.
You're going to allow me
him
to straight to booty delivery service, sir.
If you do that, it's going to further hamper you all casting from inside and doing things inside.
Like the type of guy
because you guys don't have now. Suddenly, you guys have you guys are at max capacity. Like we used to have a little comfortable when it was like I'm like decorating the walls. Now it's just like a submarine in there. And he stinks like a desiccated so now it stinks down there too.
No, I mean it's up to you, but my plan was to have him. I didn't know he was incapacitated. My plan was to put him on top.
Right. Okay. So if that's what you do, I mean he's incapacitated, so he's just bouncing around, and like if he can't hold the chain, he goes into the ocean. So
Tell Moon didn't know that when Tell Moon asked to bring him over here.
roll a D100, and there's a 50-50 shot that he either goes into the booty dimension or he goes into the ocean, and we lose Penthos. So I will say 1 through 50, he goes in the 51 through 100, and he probably falls off. He would just kind of fall off unless you're going to try to go after him. He would go into the ocean and be gone.
Sad thing is, Penthos is the one person who wasn't really getting that. But I'm sorry, we're gonna go ahead and just roll this and not disparage Telmoon's or Proxenos' mom anymore.
It's really sad.
She's catching strays for no reason. Now, what did you say?
It's actually good Nick wasn't here tonight. His real father is about to go into the ocean. Like
I was distracted by booty. You said a 15 did what?
1 through 50. 1 through 50, and you're good.
Yeah. I rolled a 15.
What's 1 through 15? Okay.
I rolled a 15.
He's in the dimension with you.
I brought him into the booty. He funky.
You brought him
Okay. I don't know if this is gonna be permanent because I don't like this funk. Look what I did.
Penthos in the booty.
He's kind of out of it and knocked out, not having the conversation with you.
I'm not gonna I saw a majestic standing acro whip. I thought I was getting me a good pool, so throwing that out there.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
So that's what you got. Now up close, you realize that he was succumbing. He's still very much alive, and he doesn't look like the others. He doesn't look like a skeleton, right? He still looks like a man, but he's slowly turning an ashen gray, and his body is kind of locking up, almost becoming statuesque. You realize that this happens over time, and it's about your hope and your despair, right? Also, by the way, and you all 20 minutes ago I was supposed to inform you that your second level of exhaustion set in, but as you all are traveling, but everything else I'm notifying you now. But you have him, you have the creature. Moby and Sophie and Persis are guiding this thing along with Bart in the direction that you want, hoping that this can last, with Kai flying high above you.
Kai doesn't have 2 levels of exhaustion, does she?
She does.
Yeah, we all do.
She can still fly on that. She just slows. She starts her speed.
She slows down. That's
down
the
now.
issue. Yeah.
You all are being dragged, so her flight cuts in half. But her flight would cut in half to what it would make her. She would still fly the speed that this thing moves.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
So that's the thing. So yeah, she would slide now, and now that it's
she's
slowing
80
down,
feet
So
regularly.
it's moving 40 feet. It was dashing 80, so now that it's slowing down because you guys are pulling back on the reins of this thing. You don't know how long you can keep this up. You know, this isn't like some creature you feel like you can completely domesticate, but you do get into a rhythm where you're able to let off the slack, where it almost doesn't feel like it's being pulled on, and so now you've kind of allowed it to lull itself into a comfort where it's just moving, right? It doesn't realize, because it's got all these chains on it, it doesn't feel your weight, and it's that way it doesn't kind of care. But you realize whenever it goes off course, you kind of got to pull back on those reins to kind of keep it the direction you're going. But for today's session, you have to make no more checks, as it is going in the direction that you choose. And there is a glint on the horizon of light, almost like that perpetual state of dawn or sunset that exists here in Neuronos. And as far as you can see, you remember the bone merchant saying that without proper navigation, even when you can see it, you can't make it. But you all feel that you do have what you need. You can see the base of the tower of the palace, that ebony palace of Erebos and of the underworld. And kind of large shot of you all sailing across the seas with your dragon overhead. We'll crash to black and end our session there. They figured out a way.
This is a definition of a DM building a puzzle, seeing their party just fail spectacularly, and just being like, "Fuck it, you found a way, you passed, you did it." That's how it works.
Let's just choose
That's
a different
exactly
way.
how it works.
Seriously.
You said you wanted that. You said you wanted them in the booty. I'll give them in the booty if you wanted. I was like, damn, that's an option. Cool. We have broken this man. He's just like, get me out of here. Get me out of the booty dimension. We're all trapped.
Oh my god. This episode was madness.
I'm sorry we didn't say it at the top. We don't need to like get like a super cut. Just add to the beginning of recording.
And then
We
because
sorry,
of where
Nikki-
I started
sorry,
the
Nikki's
recording,
mom.
it just starts when it's going off the rails when I start recording.
yeah.
It's like booty dimension. Oh man, what an episode! I mean, you got to ride a devil turtle Tarask on. That's
Oh,
cool.
That is for sure. That's for sure a Tarask. Sonic the Hedgehog Tarask painting out here.
Gotta go fast to ask.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I imagine that its shell is a little bit bigger in the thing that I see in my mind, but yes.
You saying that booty a little thicker? That what you trying to tell me?
That's thick.
Why is this so
I will
have
say
a-
that.
I have tears on my page because I'm crying laughing.
Yeah. Becoming a Magic the Gathering fan has made it worse because everything in Magic Gathering is about dick butts. Everything.
really?
So that's all I hear constantly. While I'm trying to go to sleep, I'm listening to Magic the Gathering players play, and they're like, "Ooh, that's thick. That's a thick boy. Look at that booty. That's a thick booty." Just in the background, I'm like, "What is happening?" And like, "Oh, that's a two.
Do they say this
That's
based on the
that's a
art
that's
of
a
the,
that's
of the
a that's a
monster?
2/4. That's a big booty. Nah,
Oh,
booty
that's a
toughness.
big, it's the monster.
It's about the
not
toughness.
number. Oh my
5/5
god.
trample.
Oh my god.
I can't deal with magic.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
So blame Wizards of the Coast.
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't all me.
As usual. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, and then you took Penthos with you. I was like, he's not saying nothing this episode because I can't try to get in that mindset.
No, Nick needs to be
Like,
here.
he's-
Nick needs to
Yeah.
be here when I look
Yeah.
into Penthos' eyes and I'll be like,
Welcome to the booty dimension.
I see why his mama does what she does. And just walk away and leave him on the floor. Yup.
That's
I need Nick here.
heartless.
I need Nick here.
Oh man, I was.
And
I
we
was
said we need to
grasping.
give him motivation
This
to
was-
survive, right? Killing Telmoon is motivation to survive.
This is
But
one of those
he's
episodes
not
where
even
everything you give,
Proxinos right
everything
now.
you offer the party's like, nah.
I was too afraid of the blood. I'm so sorry.
This-
That was
ooh,
probably
this
going to be
seems
helpful.
fun.
Bruh, I was about to sell away spell slots. I was trying to sell away sorcery points. I was trying to see whatever I could.
would've
We're
been
going
fun.
to
It
go
would've-
fight a
it would've been
god. We
interesting.
need all the power we can
It would have
get.
taken 1 point, like you take 1 point of from your agility, or or for your strength,
Yeah,
right?
for
I
now.
ain't selling. Fine, you can have all of my fucking.
No, it was
strength.
going to be
Have
based
it
on
all.
what you offered. It was going to be what you offered. Yeah.
I will offer
he
him.
would ask basically what you need is he would have, but I didn't really. You asked for a ship, and so I knew that was going to be if they did ask for is a ship, and I knew he couldn't give the ship, but he was and
No, that makes
and
sense.
also knew. So also this is also one of those encounters that doesn't play very well because you all, which was good to y'all benefit. You didn't need him because you had just rested. I mean, you had just taken
Yeah.
the mansion.
Yep.
And you didn't stop at the. So if you would have like either stopped it, you could have gotten to this point in the dungeon and been fucking haggard, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's true.
exhaustion
Yeah.
could have been really low, bunch of hit points
Yeah.
lost, couldn't have had him rested, and now this guy's offering you the world. Like I can get you back
Yeah.
up top and get you all your
Sus.
stuff back.
Yeah.
That's what it was really for. But
Sus.
you all were good, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it was easy for you to be like, nah, boy, you can't really give me nothing. So. And so
Just so you know,
instead, he
his
gave
name's
you a
Ty-
coin, like "Call
Yeah.
me when you do need me."
Yeah, that's Tyrone from now on. Just so you know.
And then the folks being shepherded, that was just some other, if you know any of the Theros lore, it's just a nightmare shepherd doing their deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying not to metagame, but I was like, hey, can we
Yeah.
stab a snake?
Yeah.
Is that a possibility, guys? Can we go fight a snake? You wouldn't let me fight the worm. Can we fight the snake?
Now I do think there would be, there probably some upsides to saving some of the souls or trying to stop that, but other than that,
Hey,
and
my
the-
party said souls are not necessary to save, so I said, fine, let's move on. That's what I heard.
No.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I would
That-
have been down with fighting the snake. I just didn't see how it got us where we needed to go.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so it's really just one of those the bronze bullies like to fight, so here's a tempting fight.
It was
with-
very tempting.
I was gonna lay hands on that snake. That snake got so lucky. He better not let me catch him outside again. See what happens.
Oh man.
That's
I'm
pretty
never
good
going to
for a
recover
small
from the
crew.
booty dimension.
What is the likelihood of sleeping in the booty? Like, what's
Well, 4 of us still have to be
Drive.
piloting.
Yeah, they have to be piloting,
Yep.
so there's no rest for anyone piloting. while
Now
you-
Jason is very aware and cognizant and cares about that. Tell Moon
Might be
just wants
taking
to
a
sleep.
nap.
Tell
Yeah.
Moon wants some sleep.
Well, and I could do a song of rest for
We
us.
can
if
try.
We could do a short
We
rest.
won't
then we
discuss
could get
that
an
till
extra
next
D12.
game. So we'll go over short rests or long rests. next
Yeah.
game.
We're
keep
gonna have a
yourself-
long time to recover from this, right? So when we come back, we're not gonna just be in the booty still. Like it's gonna be, we're gonna have time to process. We're gonna understand that Moby was not trying to ram the rock where I thought he was.
The fact that those were the words you chose.
Yeah, you'll have had that time to process.
It's just
And then you can pick
Oh
up
my.
talking to Pentos and seeing what's going on.
Oh my god.
I'll have some more rules for the Mighty Servant. Some more hard.
Do we
I'll wait
have
for
a
the
game
best.
on the books?
We don't because okay, let's see. Let me
Because it's
look.
gonna be a May thing, right?
Yeah, let me look.
I thought, did we not have
I
another
think we do.
the
I'm
27th?
sure.
Yeah, I have the 27th on my calendar. Is
That's
that
right.
happening?
I thought we were pushing back from the 27th. That's why we played today. But I might be wrong.
No, we were just pushing from this Saturday because I'm
Oh.
I'm out of
The
town.
13th.
So what you're saying is that we are playing on the 27th.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
all intents and purposes, we're still playing. Let me just look.
All right.
at
When do you come home from the land of beans?
Man. I'll be home next Saturday, probably recovering from the long flight. So I come home on Friday next week.
Okay,
So-
so you'll be home on the 19th. So a
Yeah.
week is you won't be lagged or
Yeah, I'll be
nothing.
fine. Yeah, I can't play that weekend. I'm like, nah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna come back. Not even going.
No.
no worries, no worries.
I
Though
might-
if you
I might,
if you
so-
do want to wake up and crawl over
No,
the
no, no.
gaming grounds.
So I'm supposed to have actually. Oh, you guys have. So I was gonna invite you. I'm probably gonna have a